guys, it's been a while. I just made some latte. I bought this latte from Woolies and I wanted to try it because I'm a coffee fan. I'm a coffee fan, so anything coffee related and it's actually good stuff, I'm always down for it. It's like a honey nut flavor. Let me see. Just want to check. What flavor is it again? Oh, it's instant honey nut flavor latte. I tasted it the other day. It's good. It's not as strong as I'd like my coffee to be, but it's okay. It's okay. And I found some cake and I'm gonna have that as well. Anyways, this video is just more of a sorry, it's a bit hot, so it kind of burned my tongue. Plus I have a tongue ring, so guys, I love my tongue ring and everything now, but nobody told me that, okay, it's kind of a given, but I was like naive, you know. I didn't think it was like that hectic. When you have a tongue ring that's like a metal tongue ring, when you drink like a really, like now I just took a sip of this extremely hot cup of coffee, if you sip something really hot, it burns even more than it would if you didn't have the metal tongue ring. For obvious reasons, because it's metal, so it's like you're freaking ironing your tongue on the inside. Anyway, just a quick story about my tongue ring, man. This is not why I filmed this video. This video, by the way, it might be a little bit all over the place because I just decided to just film random thoughts, you know, my random thoughts for the day. So anyway, just a quick story. Sorry, I just need to get a fork for my cake. Just a quick story regarding my tongue ring. I got it last year because I had been thinking about it for a while. This is my mom's cake. I put it in her lunch like 2 or 3 times and she came back with it and she didn't eat it, so it's mine now, bitch. Anyway, I got my tongue ring last year because I had been thinking about it for a long time, and I was like, because the reason why I was not sure if I should get it was the whole stereotype and the whole stigma behind having a tongue ring as a female. I just woke up one day and I was like, fuck it, I don't care, I want one. And if people excuse me, if people look at me and think, when they see my tongue ring, that's on them. Like, honestly, I'm not about to explain myself to nobody. Like, I know why I got it. The people who are relevant in my life will know that it's just for me. Anyway, I woke up that morning and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Took a shower, brushed my teeth. I mean, I had already done research on like tongue rings and how to take care of it and things you can and cannot do. So I knew that I'm gonna need like a 0% alcohol mouthwash. I'm gonna need I'm not gonna be eating like normal food for a while. So I had bought xoxo. I bought yogurt. Even though I know that yogurt, you're not supposed to have, like, all the research that I've done told me that you can't have like dairy or hot food or alcohol for like the first 2 to 3 days. So I was like, this is just going to be for after the 3 days, because I know for a fact that I won't be like completely healed by then. And if I am, excuse me, and if I am, great stuff. So I bought xoxo, I bought yogurt, I bought, I can't remember. Oh, I bought noodles as well. I bought noodles. Okay, I had already had eggs and other stuff. Okay, the rest of my groceries I already had. So I woke up that morning. Oh, this is good. Oh my god. I woke up that morning, took a shower, brushed my teeth, everything sharp. I ate. Made sure I ate, because from the research and the videos that I watched, the people always said, make sure you eat and you are full before you get your tongue ring, because eating is gonna be a struggle right after. So I was like, okay, I don't want to take that chance. Let me eat and then hit the road. I ate. I didn't tell nobody that I'm going to get my tongue pierced. Like I just left. Like I just left. I went to like the tattoo parlor that I went to for this tattoo, because I was like, I mean, he did my the guy they did my tattoo, and it seems pretty legit. And when I went there, there was another girl who was getting, what was she getting pierced? I can't remember what she was getting pierced. There was another girl there. She was getting something pierced on her face. I'm not sure. It wasn't her nose. It wasn't her ear. It's either, I think she was getting a lip piercing or something. I don't know. So I was like, okay, it seemed legit, and I mean, my tattoo looks pretty good, and he did a neat job, and he looks professional. I mean, he is professional. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get it done. Like no turning back. As I was walking there, I walked, because it's like not far from campus. So I walked. As I was getting closer to like the guy's place, I started sweating, guys. Like I started sweating. I was like, oh shit. I was like, are you really gonna do this, girl? Like I thought about it like 100 times. I was like, okay. I thought about it. I was like, girl, just chica. And then a part of me was like, I ain't go chica. You're already here. You can't walk all this way and then just turn around and go back. Like it looks dumb as shit, you know? So I was like, okay, go. And then as I was walking, I'm seeing the entrance to like the tattoo and piercing parlor and whatnot. So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, every time I'm about to do something and I start getting nervous, a part of me, like, there's like a switch that goes off and it's like, I just become zombie. Like I just go like, okay, do it. I go there and I'm like, why am I even scared? Because the research that I did was like, tongue piercing is like the least painful piercing. So I was like, I mean, I got a nose ring and I got like my ears pierced. So, and it was painful, but I could bear it. So I was like, okay, if I can handle my nose piercing, then definitely this is nothing according to research. But a part of me was like, you know, the bitch in me was like, bitch, those people probably have a really high pain tolerance. So I was like, okay, whatever, shall. I get there, I asked the guy. There was no one there when I got there, so I was like, okay, so this is really about to go down. Like if this guy says like the prices, like if once the guy tells me the price and I actually have the cash, because I had cash. Now I think I had like 500 rand, because I wasn't sure how much it is. I knew it wouldn't be more than 500 because the tattoo was not even 500. So I was like, let me ask. I asked him, I'm like, how much, I'm like, do you do like tongue rings? I mean, obviously, you know, I was nervous, so I say stupid shit when I'm nervous. I was like, do you do tongue rings? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how much is it? I think, I'm not sure, I can't remember how much he said. He's like, I think he said 100 rand or 150, somewhere there, but it wasn't more than 200. So I was like, okay, can I get it done now? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, I want it. He's like, oh, okay, go have a seat over there. I'll be right with you. I'm like, okay, shit. Okay, I sit on the little bench thing and I'm like, okay, girl, if there's any time to like chicken out, it is right now. Like if you want to chicken out, just run out of this place now, because you haven't paid, you haven't done anything, you just sat down, he hasn't taken out any needles, so just do it now. I was like, no, I'm doing it. I'm sitting down. I'm going to do it. So I'm like, okay. I'm sweating buckets now. Like my armpits are sweating. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really about to do this. Okay. Then the guy comes. He was really quick when he came. I couldn't even think about it anymore. When he came, he came, he opened the needles, he sanitized them, you know, he disinfected everything, and then he asked me, he took out like a little container thingy where he had like a whole bunch of tongue rings in there, and he's like, pick one. I'm like, there was a bunch of colors in there, and I was like, I don't want a bright colored one, I just want a really subtle one, because I mean, I don't want it, I don't know. I was just like, I just don't want a bright colored one. He was like, okay. And I chose a pink one. So, because, I mean, the tongue is pink, so, you know. So I was like, I chose a pink one. And then he was like, okay, cool. He took it out. He sprayed it, he sanitized it, he soaked it in some alcohol, and yeah, because it smelled like alcohol. He soaked it in some alcohol, and I was like, stick your tongue out. I was like, oh shit, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. So I stick my tongue out, and he's like, what did you say? Oh, no. He didn't say stick your tongue out. He was like, do this. I was like, wait, did you say do this? Oh, do I don't know. He either said I should do this, or this. Oh yes, he said I should go, and then he placed that little clipper thing here, and it was open, and then he was like, go like this, like let your tongue lie on there, like the whole tongue, like stick, when you make sure that when you stick it out, stick the whole tongue out. I stuck it out, but I was so nervous that I put my tongue back in. I was like, oh, do it again, and I did it again, and then he clamped my tongue. He clamped my tongue. He looked, and then as he was reaching for the needle, I was like, oh shit. As he was reaching for the needle, I swear I felt like I was gonna pee myself. I was like, oh my god, this shit is about to happen. There is no turning back, bitch. There is no turning back. And then he fished the needle, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I saw the needle go through, but I didn't feel anything. Like, I swear, I didn't feel a single, not even a pinch, not even nothing. I felt nothing. But I was like, am I being punked? Did he really do this? Sharp, he did the needle thing, and then he took the tongue ring, and then he did the things, and then he closed the balls and stuff, and then made sure that it was tight. And I was like, okay, and then he was like, okay, put your tongue back inside. So as I put my tongue back inside, it felt a bit weird because my tongue felt tight. It felt like I could feel that there's something in there now. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, okay, I don't know. It's kind of like when you have a tampon in your vagina. I know it's a terrible example. It's like having a tampon or a dick in your vagina. It's like, it's not so, but you can feel with something, yeah, right? So it's the same feeling on my tongue. That was a terrible example. I can't. That was a terrible example, but it was the best way I could explain the feeling. Shout. And then I put my tongue back inside. I was like, so I tried to swallow to see, you know, because some people said that they struggled to swallow afterwards because they felt like they were swallowing the tongue ring. So I swallowed, and I was like, okay, it's okay. But I could taste like a little bit of blood, which made sense because I just like freaking pierced a hole in my tongue, so it's finna bleed, you know. Sharp. And I took out the money, I paid, and I walked back. Like, I thought that I would go past the stores and whatnot when I came back, but my mind was just so, you know, when you feel like you're just floating and you're like your mind is not here. Like, my mind was not here. My mind was just like, bitch, you got a tongue ring. And as I was walking back to campus, I felt like everyone I'm walking past could see that I got my tongue ring. I was like, and as I was like, okay. I didn't even try to talk because I was by myself, and who am I going to talk to? I'm not the type of chick that goes around greeting people. Like, I don't even recognize people in the streets because I grew up in Joburg. I was raised in Joburg, like, not CBD, but in Gauteng. And here, you mind your own business. You go to the shop, you go to the shop. You don't go around looking and smiling at people because you're just going to get mugged, you know? Mugged, kidnapped, stabbed. I don't know. Sharp. I walk back to campus. I'm not talking, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I really got a tongue ring. So all the way, my tongue was dry as hell because I kept swallowing every 2 seconds because I was trying to see. I was like, because I still couldn't feel anything. It was not painful, it was not swollen, it was just a bit tight, you know, that tampon or dick in the vagina type of time. And then I got to Reyes, and when I got to Reyes, I went in my room and I was like, okay. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, I looked at the tongue ring, I was like, okay, I could still see like a little bit of blood on my tongue, but it wasn't like bleeding, it wasn't like, it was just normal amount of blood. Sharp. And then I went to like my friend's room. She stayed opposite my room, so I went to her and I'm like, I got my tongue pierced. She's like, bitch, let me see. And then I showed her. She's like, oh my gosh, you really got your tongue pierced. I'm like, yeah, I did. And I could still talk properly. That's the thing, I could still talk properly. Everything was normal. So I was like, I guess it's not that painful. So I was gonna try and eat, but I was still full because I ate before I left. So I was like, okay, it's whatever, let me just have some water or wash down like that little blood taste in my mouth. Did that, chilled. I chilled for a bit, and it was time to eat. Like later on in the day, I was like, okay, so what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna eat? Because as the day was going, I could still feel like my tongue swell up a little bit, but it still wasn't painful. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's whatever. I can probably still eat. So I'm like, okay, Mind you, because I did research, I had prepared some painkillers like some ibuprofen and Nurofen and all that stuff, just so that I can take it, because I know they said you shouldn't take anything with aspirin in it. And the guy also, they told me that don't take anything with aspirin in it. You can use Nurofen, ibuprofen, anything, you know, anything with ibuprofen, but no aspirin in it. And he was like, don't rinse out your mouth with you should rinse out your mouth with Listerine, but with 0% alcohol. Then he told me not to have dairy for 2-3 days or whatever, and after that I can have that. Then he told me not to have alcohol for at least 2 weeks, I think. Oh yes, I remember I planned this shit out the day I woke up and went to get a tongue piercing. I calculated it was like 2 weeks and a couple of days until my birthday, and I was like, if I want to get this shit done, I'm getting it done now, because I am not about to like refrain from alcohol on my birthday. Like, that is not about to happen. Sharp. Anyway, going back, I was trying to decide what I'm gonna eat, so I was like, okay, I think I'll just fry some eggs and have bread. I mean, that's simple, no salt, no spice in it, it's pretty plain. And the eggs are soft, bread is soft, I can probably eat it in little pieces and, you know, shove it on the side of my mouth, whatever, shove. I do that. Go fry some eggs, make some bread. Bitch, can I tell you, eating bread has never been so difficult. Like, I couldn't. It hurt like a motherfucker. Like, it hurt. I couldn't chew because I kept biting my tongue, and biting my tongue swelled my tongue up even more and made the pain just incredibly unbearable. So I was like, oh my god, what have I done? I cannot eat bread. So, but like, I barely even finished, because I normally eat 2 slices of bread. I could barely get through half a slice, and I was like, fuck this shit. I ate the eggs because the eggs were a bit soft, so it was easier to chew, and I could just swallow if I can't chew. So I ate the eggs and then I threw out the bread. I'm sorry, I felt so bad. I hate wasting food, but I could not. Like, I couldn't. It took me, I think, an hour to finish eating. Net 2 eggs in there and then half a slice of bread. Sharp. I'm like, okay, I'm calling it a night. I'm done. Like, this shit is too much. I'm done. I take some ibuprofen, drink, I sleep. I go to sleep. When I wake up, can I tell you guys, my tongue, I can't even explain. My tongue was like this, like, it was so swollen. My tongue was so swollen. I could still speak, but I had to like really like take my time when I'm speaking, so that I don't strain or put too much strain on my tongue or accidentally bite my tongue, because I already have a big tongue. So adding the fact that it was swollen was just a lot, and it hurt, guys, it hurt. I was so scared. I was like, bitch, how am I gonna brush my teeth? Like, how am I gonna do the simplest of tasks? And I remember that night we had a house meeting, because I was part of the house committee last year. That night we had a house meeting. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to speak? Excuse me. I was like, how the fuck am I going to speak? Because I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'll practice throughout the day and see if anyone notices a difference in my speech. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat. What did I eat that morning? What did I eat that morning? I can't remember. I think I just made eggs, and I just had eggs, and I made noodles, and then I put eggs on top, and then noodles and eggs. But I couldn't eat with a fork, so I had to like, and then shove it, push it to the side with my finger, and then chew, and then swallow. It worked. So I was like, okay, whatever, at least I'm not starving. Sharp. I could still speak properly, but I had to enunciate everything sharp. And then the third day I had, I think, chips, because chips were easy. I also could like shove it on the side of my mouth and whatnot. And then on the 4th day I started eating the dairy and whatnot, because they said I was allowed to. And then on the fourth day I think I was as good as new. On the 4th day I could eat everything. I was completely healed. Okay, I don't know if I was completely healed, but I think only the surrounding part of my tongue ring was still swollen, because it was a bit hard. It was a bit hard on that area, but the rest of the tongue was fine. It wasn't swollen anymore. It was okay. And yeah, by the time it was my birthday, I was turning up. I was all good. And what else do I remember? Like, it was distinct regarding, like, oh my god, the mouthwash. I can't really have to mouthwash. I have to mouthwash every time I eat something. Like, even if I just have a chip, I have to mouthwash, rinse my mouth and whatnot, just to make sure that I don't, for whatever. I'm not gonna quit. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If that's what they said, you must do, you must do. I didn't want to give nobody a reason to be saying, yeah, what happened, you know, just like my ear situation here. Anyway, rinsing your mouth out with mouthwash 4 or 5 times a day burns your taste buds. Even with 0% alcohol mouthwash. It fucking burns your taste buds. I couldn't taste shit. Like, I couldn't taste anything. My tongue, everything. My taste buds were gone. I was like, okay, it's whatever. I guess I lost my taste. I was scared because I thought it was a side effect from the tongue ring. I was like, oh my god, I'm never going to taste anything in my life. Like, this is terrible. And then I was like, and then on the, I think I stopped the repetitive mouthwash routine after like a week and a half. I was like, yeah, fine, now what's the point, you know? Oh, and then I started like switching to salt water mouthwash. And then I started getting my taste buds back, and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because your bitch loves food. Like, your bitch loves food. Anyways, so yeah, that's the story on how I got my tongue pierced. And also, yeah, I got it last year, 2 weeks before my birthday, which was August. No, it was in July because my birthday is in August. So I think it was towards the end of July. I went home for December, and my mom didn't notice I had a tongue ring. And I was praying she wouldn't, because she had just recently found out about the tattoo. So I was like, it's too much. She's gonna think this bitch is like, what the fuck? Why is she damaging her body? You know, which is not the case. So yeah, she only noticed my tongue ring now I looked down. Cause I was so, and obviously you can notice it, it's fucking gold, so you're gonna notice. And I talk a lot, so I was talking to her in the kitchen right here, and she was cooking, and she was like, "Mahat, yeah," and I was like, when did you get your tongue pierced? I'm like, last year, ma. She's like, no, you didn't have this shit in December. I was like, I swear I did. I had this throughout December and I never took it out. You just didn't notice it. She was like, man, how about you? How about you, Sarah? I know she's saying that because she knows how much these things bother me, these keloids, which is a story for another day. Then Dana to say, like, I'm so, like, guys, can I just tell you that before you get your ears pierced, because normally keloids are on your ears, appear on your ears. Before you get your ears pierced, please find out if you are prone to get keloids, because I didn't even know I was prone to get keloids, because apparently it can be hereditary, and my mom had an operation here on her tummy, and she has like a huge keloid here. I should have known, but I was young, stupid, and I don't know. So yeah, man, that is my tongue ring story. The story is probably like 30 minutes long. I don't even know if my phone is still filming. I'm using my phone to film, by the way, if it isn't obvious. Sorry if my chair keeps making a noise. I don't know where else to sit because the kitchen has better lighting and I don't want to sit on the couch. It's a bit weird. Anyway, whoever's watching, thank you so much for watching. I'll film another video that's more organized. Yeah, a video that's more organized. But for now, yes, these are my thoughts for today. I was just remembering the time I got my tongue pierced. Do I regret having a tongue ring? No, I do not. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah, I don't regret it at all. Do I want another piercing? I thought this was going to be my last one, but actually I think this will be my last one because I don't think I want another piercing, because I got this one because I didn't want a visible piercing, and I hate the belly ring. Excuse me, I don't hate it, I'm just not a fan of the belly ring situation. and I'm not sure if I want my nipples pierced. So yeah, I don't regret having my tongue ring. I think it's gonna be my last one, but this is definitely not my last tattoo. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please tune in, subscribe, not tune in, bitch, who do you think you are? Please subscribe to my channel, give it a like, and comment below if you guys have any piercings done, or if you guys know of anything that I can do to help with my fucking keloid situation. Please do comment, because I'm willing to try anything at this point. Like, I got another one cut, but it seems like it's coming back, and I got another one. I tied the other one and let it fall off on its own. I'm not sure if that one's gonna come back. It's still behaving for now, but this one, I'm scared to get this one cut because the one behind it is coming back. So please tell me what to do. Please comment if you know what to do. I'll tell you guys the whole keloid situation on my next video, maybe. We'll see. This lockdown must end. Ooh, tomorrow I'm getting to buy alcohol. My mom says I owe her for all the alcohol I drink, because she always has alcohol stash, and I drank all her stash. I drank her whole entire stash. So last night she was like, you owe me, you need to replace my stash. And guys, she had a lot. Like, I can't replace that stash, it's a lot. But I'll try. Every time I buy myself a 6-pack or a bottle, I'll buy her a 6-pack and a bottle. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully next time isn't a year from now.